Hey everybody, how you guys doing today? We'll do a review on the Milwaukee, I think this is the 2904-22 Hammer Drill kit. Now this kit is, it's nice. It's a great kit. It does really well. I just used it on a remodel up at my daughter's house, and man, we put it through its paces. You want to talk about drilling in some tapcons, man, this thing drills them in fast. So it's really good. We're going to dive down and get into the nitty gritty of this M18 Fuel Hammer Drill. And then we'll talk about, I haven't found anything that I don't like about it. But it's pretty cool. We'll talk about the features that I used and then let you know how well it worked. So the drilling on it is fast. My old Milwaukee hammer drill, which I'd had for 6 or 7 years, we burnt it up trying to put in all the windows at my daughter's house that she had just bought. So yeah, man, we were 24 windows. You had 11 screws per window that had to go into the masonry and concrete to meet code requirements in Florida for hurricane. And so you got 11 screws per window times 24. Do the math. That's a lot. It's a lot of drilling, a lot of into masonry, and it was all masonry. There was no wood. So I was pretty amazed at how quickly this worked versus my older Milwaukee, which I loved. I had it for 6 or 7 years, but we burnt it up there. And even the one that we burned up, I had dropped it in my swimming pool. I was back there doing some work, and I had it laying on top of the ladder. It fell off 2 bounces, boom, right into the shallow end of the swimming pool. And it sank to the bottom, of course. I dug it out real quick. It was just dripping wet and soaked. But I took the battery out, took the battery off, just set the battery out in the garage, let it dry out in the heat, and let the drill dry out for a couple of weeks. I didn't even pack it in rice. I thought it was a goner. After a couple of weeks, I came back and popped a battery on it, and it fired up and it worked. And I was like, man, you gotta be kidding me, man. It was on the bottom of the pool. Now, I do have a saltwater pool, so I sort of figured that things would get a little hairy with it later on, as soon as the salt started attacking things. And it did. While we were doing her windows, you started getting some smoke out of it, and you could just tell that it was starting to labor. Some of the inside parts had corroded and things, but it was still working, man. We were drilling tapcons like crazy with it. So any Milwaukee tool that I've had has been great. They work great. They're workhorses. The quality build is just unbelievable. So I highly recommend anything Milwaukee. Let's talk about this guy. So this is the kit. It comes with the drill, 2 batteries, a charger, and then the handle that you can attach so you can use that handle while you're drilling into masonry. Now, I didn't use the handle. I was just using smaller tapcons, so I really had no need for the handle, but it's definitely there if you do need it. So when we open up the case, get this guy open. As you can see, case is pretty nice. Everything fits in very, very nicely. Got your instructions up here in the lid. Use your handle. Use that with the 2 attachments to put on your drill in case you need a handle for drilling into masonry. You have your M18 charger, which this will charge the M18 batteries and also charge the M12 batteries. Most of their chargers do that unless you buy just the basic M12. It'll come with an M12 only charger. But most of the M18 stuff you buy, as a matter of fact, I think all of the M18 stuff you buy has an M12 slot on it as well, so you can do both your charging at the same time. So it's packed very well in here. So this is the M18, it's the XC 5.0. These are their red lithium batteries. I think they're fantastic. I think they last a long time. I've only had one Milwaukee battery actually go bad on me in 7-8 years. And I really had put it through its paces. It was a larger 8 amp hour battery that I had been using for the Milwaukee portable table saw. And yeah, I burnt out that 8 amp hour battery. I mean, I was ripping boards like crazy. So that battery just didn't last that long. But the star of the show, here we go. Got the star of the show here. It's got the 5 amp hour battery on it. You can see it just fits your hands so good. It just, when you pull the trigger, you know, there's just no doubt that's power. And you can just feel the torque when it twists in your hands. They did move the light down to the bottom of the drill, so your hand doesn't get in the way now. So whenever you have that light on, it stays on, I think, 10 seconds after you pull the trigger. Now you can partially pull the trigger to get it on, just to see what you're doing. So, and it does really well in dark places. You'll be able to see where you're going to be drilling and everything. The chuck, metal, not plastic. No plastic chuck on this one. This is a metal chuck. So you're going to get the, you know, just, I think, more life out of it than the plastic chucks would. Probably be a lot less likely to bind up on you as well. But very smooth operation, easy to switch between the modes, hammer, then to drill mode, and then just to go down to the different speeds. So you can switch it all of it in your speed up top. You have 2 and 1. They did make some changes to this drill. This one here, let's see, what were the changes that they made? Upgrades. So they did take the low speed down to 500 RPM. The old ones were 550 and 600 RPM. And then high speed is 2100 RPM, and that's up to 2000. So not that much, not really a big difference, but you know, it's a little bit. It's going to do the job perfect. So hammering rate, for all the people that care about, you know, specifications and numbers and things like that. Hammer rate on this is 33,000 beats per minute. 33,000 beats per minute whenever you're trying to drill tapcon or drill into masonry. Unbelievable. I mean, that's just crazy. You know, like, I mean, whenever you put it on there, you're drilling tapcons in less than 3 seconds. So that's going 3 inches deep. So that's remarkable, and that's a great option to have. This drill, it's the first one I've got with this new feature from Milwaukee called Auto Stop. Auto Stop mode is built in. I don't think there's a way to turn it off. I didn't research that, but I don't believe there's a way to turn it off. When you're drilling into a wall, if the drill catches, if the drill binds up inside the hole, it has a tendency to jerk your arm around. And I know I've had some injuries. I've actually been out of work for, you know, a day or two because of you know, hurting my wrist or hurting my elbow. My elbows have taken a beating over the years from these drills that have caught and twisted my arm. This has auto stop. It's going to catch that and it stops the drill. It keeps your arm from getting twisted around. That's going to keep you from getting hurt. So that's pretty important. I mean, that's a nice safety feature. I've seen a few guys that are talking about they hate it. They wish they didn't have it on there. They want a way to turn it off. Me personally, I like it because I'm older, so I don't want to hurt my wrist. I don't want to hurt my arm. You know, I want to keep going as good as I can. But you know, it's just a fantastic drill. The ergonomics on it are great. Now, it is heavy. It is not a light drill. So when we were drilling in the windows, when we were putting in all the stuff in the bathroom up there that had a block wall where we had to drill in and set the hardy backer on block, it got tiresome holding it after a while. But the trade-off is when you did drill a hole, you drilled it so fast, you really wouldn't hold in it that long. So unless you're just going down and drilling 50 holes in a row without stopping, chances are, you'll be able to live with the weight. You could get a lighter battery input on it. I don't know how that's going to affect the performance, but with the XC 5.0, it works great. It is heavy. So, great drill. I think that drill right there is one that even homeowner, even pros, like especially the pros, you guys should have this on your truck. Because I think it saves you time. My old hammer drill was taking sometimes up to 60 seconds, for me to get through a 3-inch hole in a masonry wall. Yeah, granted, I probably had a dull bit, but even with a good, sharp, brand new Tapcon bit out of the box, it was still taking a while to drill those 3-inch holes in super hard concrete and block. I think the longest this took me to drill a 3-inch hole was about 4 to 5 seconds. It's unbelievable how quick it is. So I really, really like it. This should be your wingman drill. It's a loyal sidekick and never let you down. So it was cheaper than the 2906. It's about $50 cheaper than that kit. I think that kit was $349. This kit at Home Depot was $299. And I'll link a description from Amazon down in the comments where you can pick up this drill kit. But all in all, just a fantastic tool. I think you definitely should invest in one of these. It saves you time, saves you money in the long run, because time is money when you're working on jobs. I'm retired, so I've got all day to drill a hole, but guys that are out there, need to drill a hole, do a job, move on to the next one. You need to do it quickly. You need to do it precisely, neatly. This thing is just a beast. It goes in there and does that. You see behind me, I've got Milwaukee, just about everything Milwaukee makes, I think I've got in my shop, and I'll be doing a whole boatload of Milwaukee reviews in the coming couple of months. I'm a big fan of them. I'm a big fan of their products. Pretty much, like I said, I've had Milwaukee tools going back, back to the 90s when they first came out with the first cordless hammer drill. I think it was maybe 8 volts, 10 volts, like it wasn't much. Had a big long handle on it, and then had the drill head, but man, it packed the torque. They knew how to gear those drills. And the Milwaukee quality, the Milwaukee reputation, in my opinion, has not taken a hit in all those years. We're talking 30 years on since I've been using it, and they're still as good today as they were back then. So they have had some, flukes where they weren't as good. It wasn't the ultimate tool, but even the tools that didn't really take off that well still work great. I don't think I ever had a problem with any of them. And they are trying to stay good with the market and see what's new, what's coming out, what can we make cordless. Everybody wants to be cordless now. We don't want to be dragging out extension cords like we used to. I remember being on job sites and you had 15 extension cords going to 15 different power tools. Or you're always hunting an extension cord to plug your power tool in. With the technology that they've developed for these lithium batteries and the amount of power, the gearing on these tools is just unbelievable. When you've got a router that can be run off of a battery that can pretty much keep up with a corded Porter cable, yeah, I'm pretty impressed with that. And I have built just giant projects totally with cordless tools. So yeah, this is the Milwaukee. It is let me just read it again, I keep forgetting it. It's the 2904-22 hammer drill kit, $299 at Home Depot. I'm not sponsored by Milwaukee. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I'm just a small guy, loves tools, loves doing reviews. So you can take my word for it, because ain't nobody paying me. But yeah, any comments or any questions, throw them down in the comments. I'll get back to you. I read all the comments on all my videos. I try to reply to everybody that asks a question. I really appreciate everybody's views. I appreciate the subscriptions. After being gone for over a year, it's just amazing to me the reception I'm getting coming back. I've only been back, this is the 4th video since I've been back. And you know, I don't have a lot of views. I mean, one video's only got 58 views on it, but they're getting there. Hopefully people will see these, they'll share them out to your friends. You know, if you have something you'd like to see reviewed, send me a comment or something on one of the videos. I will see if I have it. I'll definitely review it for you. If I don't have it and it's something I need, I'll go buy it and we'll review it. So let's just, you know, keep this channel going. I want to get it bigger. I want to build it bigger. And I appreciate all you guys. So subscribe, smash that like button, hit the bell to be notified. And like I said, this is the drill. I'll be coming back with the compact trim router. I think that'll probably be one of my next videos I'll do. Got some other stuff too, not just Milwaukee. I got the Craig track saw. It was a lot less money than the Festool. And I think it's been doing pretty dang good for me. I cut 12 door slabs with that at my daughter's house when I changed all her door slabs. Every single door had to be adjusted. So we had to trim. Sometimes we only had to trim off like, you know, 3/16 of an inch off of an entire side, or we had to trim off, you know, an inch off the bottom. But I'll be doing a lot of reviews on these different tools. So once again, I really appreciate you guys. Thanks a lot. You guys have a spectacular day. Peace out.